Hello and welcome back to Nat Scraps. I hope you are having a wonderful day and I hope you will enjoy me while I create this layout and tell a couple of stories. The last video I made, I promised you I was back to making videos and that everything was good and life was going to be amazing. And then I got some devastating news from close to my heart about the future of Close to My Heart. And as many of you will know, Close to My Heart is now going to close. So my life revolves around working and my kids and scrapbooking and my little scrapbooking family I have. So for me, this was the second blow in a couple of years of losing a company, losing all that jazz, all that stuff that had gone on. So that is story number one. And it's a bit of a sad story. But story number two is about my very good friend, Kerry, who came over from South Australia to visit. And I had been in a defunct mood for several weeks after hearing about the Close to My Heart and what was going on there. And so I had not created a layout, a card. Well, actually, I created one card, which was a very special card for an engagement party, for engagement from one of my work colleagues. But apart from that, I hadn't done anything. I'd really fallen into a bit of a funk. So my very, very good friend, who is an old friend from Cassaz, Kerry, came over from Adelaide. Now, we did the tennis together a couple of months ago, and then her husband comes over for the Grand Prix, which was last weekend in Melbourne, and she came over and if for those of my friends that are in the US that watch my videos, so Adelaide is another state in Australia, and so it's an hour and a bit flight from Melbourne. So she came over for the Grand Prix, and when her husband goes to the Grand Prix, she has for several years now come down and scrapped with me, which I'm very privileged to have somebody come all that way. So on this particular day, Kerry had come down from Melbourne on the train. She missed the first train, and being a Sunday, there wasn't many trains running. She got the second train, and she got here around lunchtime. We left just for a few hours. Now, I think about 3 hours we spent just chinwagging, having lunch. I did have other girls in the cottage, so I had my friends in the cottage as well. And we just hung out for a little while. And then I'm like, well, we better create something because we haven't done anything yet. And she goes, oh, no, we've got to get our photo. We've got to get our photo from the trip to commemorate being together. And so we took the very photo that you see there with on the layout. So about half an hour after we'd taken this photo, I said that's what we're going to do, because we'd been umming and ahhing about what we're going to create, use what products, whatever else. So we took that photo on my camera. I whipped round to the printer, printed it off, and made 2 copies and said, we're scrapbooking this. So we both sat down at the scrap bench and started to create, and this is where the layout led for the day. I went for some very happy, kind of vibrant things, and she went for some very muted colors. And I hope you stick around, guys, to the end so you can see what Kerry created. Now, this is the Close to My Heart Good Vibes pack. I've been hoarding this pack because I love these papers. I just absolutely adore the way these papers worked together, and I whipped them out and thought, today is the day I'm going to open this pack that I have hoarded. Literally, I think these were probably 18 months old. So here we go. Now, I do have the full sticker sheet and I did have the full set of papers, so I was really lucky to have lots of bits to work with. You can see I'm going for this stripy bit down the side, and I'm thinking some flowers, so I'm pulling out here the flowers that I'm thinking. And I was looking at using one of I think it was Perfect Day or something like that. It's probably on there, but I kind of go for this sticker here as a title that says, what does it say again? Every picture tells a story, and this picture probably tells more stories than several that I have scrapbooked, because really this day was about her inspiring me to get back into scrapbooking, giving me a little bit of a lift, and talking about the positives and the fact that, you know, we are still friends 2 years after the company that we worked with went kaput, and we still get together and are able to scrap and share in each other's love of this craft. So that was kind of like perfect for this photo. Meanwhile, she is on the other end of my bench, and you'll have some photos of my little setup. My craft girls that come to scrap on the Sundays were over on the other big tables that I have. One day I'm going to have to do a little studio tour. It takes some planning, because I have to clean it before I can show it off. I have mess everywhere. I've now got a 3D printer that's moved into my craft room, so that's taking up part of a bench, and I seem to pull things out, but I don't put them away very well. So it's not bad, because I do have girls here every fortnight or so, so it's not too bad, but it's not the best either. So yeah, but one day let me know if you think in the comments you would like to see my chaotic studio. But in a moment you will get a little bit of a sneak peek of what my my bench looks like. Mind you, it was tidied up a little bit that morning before my friend Carrie got here, so that there was some space for her to hang out if she would like. And I don't very often share the other end of my bench. It's a very special occasion. I have girls that want to sit on my very special bench. I know I'm a bit elitist, aren't I? But generally they do sit on the other massive tables that are on the other side. So here I'm putting a little bit of shimmer spray, so you've seen basically what my layout's going to be like. You've heard all about the story behind the photo. I haven't told you much about what I'm making, but hopefully that has been self-explanatory. One of the funny things that I found when I edited this video was I kept forgetting to put the blending around the outside edge of things. So you'll see me quite often go back and have to add the blending. So I did it on this base one, and then I wanted to do it on all the papers in the selection, but I continued to forget to actually put the blending on pieces, so I have to lift them up and find ways to get blending on other than the way I would normally do it. Here I've got that base page on, and I'm going to start really putting all the nuts and bolts in, and you'll see one of those funny moments I was just talking about there, because I will put the tape on this piece of paper, then forget that I need to blend it, go and blend it, then stick it down. So that's roughly where this is going to be. Sorry guys, I probably could have cut a little bit more out of this. My editing skills, obviously, over the last month have gone a little wayward. It happens when you're not doing them every week like I was. Now, I had planned on doing 30 days of sketches. I had planned to do a sketch every day, but mentally I just fell apart a little after the announcements that happened, and I really just didn't want to be in my craft room for a few days. I didn't want to look at my craft stuff. I didn't want to touch it for several weeks. And even when Kerry was here in the morning, I'd done everything but create. I'd cleaned up my bench. I'd done everything while I was waiting for her to arrive. And I just was not feeling it. But that mojo is starting to come back. And I know over the next couple of weeks, when things are going on in this craft world of mine, that things will slowly sort themselves out. Now here is a photo you can see there on the left hand side, a photo of my setup. You can see my big lights over where I film, and then the big cabinets in the background, and that was me and Kerry just hanging out there at my bench crafting away. And in a moment you'll see one where we sort of actually scoot a little bit closer to each other and look like we're friends. And there we go. And that was the crafting situation we're in. Now you can see sort of some of the packages that are open from some of the other girls, and there might I don't know, we managed not to get everybody in the shot, so I did have girls move out of the way while we were taking the photos. So there we go. Thank you, guys. I'm really, really lucky. I have a really wonderful bunch of girls that come and hang out with me, and have this particular day in the morning, and when they found out the news, which was a similar time to when I found out the news, they all contacted me and let me know how much they were feeling for me, and how much they didn't want me to stop doing what I do, which is amazing and wonderful of them to think of me so much when I know it causes them some heartache and grief as well. In the last few weeks, it's been really hard to get the stock that we want. Things have been selling out really, really fast. Page protectors and albums and things like that sold out from close to my heart extremely fast, and left us all a little bit cray. So my girls have been amazing in sticking by me and letting me know that in the end things will be all good. You can see here I am getting around to adding those few details. Now, if you're still here and you're still listening to me blab away, this is a bit like a therapy session rather than a scrapbooking video. But thank you so much for sticking around and listening. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been affected by Close to My Heart closing down. Let me know what you've done to get over it, if you are getting over it. I really want to hear how you guys are going and how things are for you. I know there's many of you out there that are all feeling a bit the same as what I am. So we've got that one. There's not a lot more. I think there's about 3 minutes more of this one, guys. So not a lot more. There were here I'm going to pull the photo off for some reason. I realize that that is a task that's not going to happen, and give back up. I think I was going to try and move it just a smidge, but only a smidge, and when it didn't come up, I went, no worries, you can stay there. Now, one of the things I silly did was, there was lots of Magic Mount in this, and I kept adding Magic Mount where the photo already was Magic Mount or phone tape up. Now here, this is another one where I forgot to do the blending, so I'm cutting the white bit of the sticker off from around that sticker, and then I go and I actually stick it down. But the reason I had originally cut the white sticker piece off is I wanted a little bit of contrast, and I wanted to blend around the edge to give a bit of a pop on the brown blending that I was doing, and then come back and pop it on. So you can see here I've actually put it down, and then I've gone, one, I've got double the Magic Mount. There's the phone tape there. Sorry, Magic Mount, that's from like 3 years ago from the very, very old company, but the foam tape, so I had to take some of that. And then I realized after I had fixed that up and taken that double layer off that I hadn't blended it after all, so I'll have to peel that little noteboard clipboard thingy off and do some blending. So you'll see me do that in a second and go back. I'm also fixing up around this photo where I didn't blend. I told you, the whole layout, all the time. I was very distracted in chatting and catching up and talking and gossiping and stuff like that. And there's whole sections of this video where there was just me sitting there that I cut out because I was just sitting there twiddling my thumbs in front of a page while I was chatting away to somebody. So there was lots of that cut away. Here I'm going back to blend that clipboard. And then it's really just finishing details. So on that sticker sheet, there's just a few tiny little heart stickers. I will bring that in a second. Where is it? I must be searching on my table for it. There we go. So I'm going to grab a couple of those little heart stickers and pop those on. I'm sure that was a section that I was meant to cut out, but I didn't. I do apologize for that, guys. Here we go. There's a little butterfly too from that sticker sheet. I will miss the Close to My Heart sticker sheets with their matching colours to all the papers and things like that. I really will miss them. But new things are going to come, and we're going to have new things that we really, really love as well. So just keep holding on for a little bit longer and we will get there. So here's some more of those little hearts. as I said, and I'm also going to bring on some enamel dots. Now, as I said earlier, me and Kerry were both scrapbooking. We both had the same photo, and we both got together and finished a page. Unfortunately, Kerry was running out of time before she had to catch the train back into the city. I live about an hour and a half away from the city, so she's catching the train back to meet her husband after the Grand Prix. And she then had to message me from Adelaide where she finished her layout, putting it together. She had a few finishing touches to do. Now, I didn't actually completely finish this on the Sunday. I came back in here on, I think it was Good Friday, on Friday, and finished this off. And that was just me popping those last few details on. And there is some close-ups. I will have a still shot here as well, but I also do have that still shot of Kerry's layout. So please stop and take a look at that. Thank you guys. I hope I'm back in very soon with another video, and thanks for all your support. Love you all dearly, and a big special shout out to Kerry and all my love to her, because you are an amazing girl. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.